When the British Army goes to war, first in the field are the sergeants. To earn their stripes, this elite must survive the infantry's toughest course. This is the story of that course. Tonight on Battle Stripes, two sections face hand-to-hand combat with a real live enemy.
Preparing to assault our building! Who's engaging?
And it's Steve Tickle's last chance.
Lieutenant Commander! Give me a brief! Brief me!
It's week 6 of the platoon sergeant's battle course. The soldiers have occupied an enemy village and are expecting a counterattack.
Where's he gone?
For Steve Tickle, it's a tense morning. He has been appointed platoon sergeant in charge of 30 men. This is his last chance.
Any man who is going into his second command appointment, having failed his first, will be under a great deal of pressure, because he knows better than anyone that if he does not pass it, he is virtually guaranteed to fail.
What's happened is we've built up the main defensive position, which is where the majority of the platoon is, next door. And what's happening now is we've got a section in here, and the enemy are coming towards us, basically getting closer and closer. We've got a killing area here to cause maximum attrition onto the enemy here, and then depending on how much time and how close they get on top of us, we have to again get back into our main defensive position where we've got to basically stand and fight to the end.
On the outskirts of the village, the Gurkha enemy begin their advance.
I'm platoon sergeant today, so it's my big one, so a lot of pressure.
The role of the infantry platoon sergeant in the army, I mean, I can't emphasise too much how critical an appointment this is. Any officer who joins the army as a young second lieutenant with sort of one pip up here, straight out of the factory, straight out of Sandhurst, never ever forgets his first platoon sergeant. The man who for the first year of his army career is his mentor, his dad almost, and he has to listen, that officer has to listen to what the platoon sergeant says and learn.
Should get eyes on shortly!
Open fire to the infantry!
The platoon sergeant has to, basically he's the administrator of the platoon, and he has to know who's where his men are. Any casualties.
He's the man behind the scenes, he's the scene shifter. He's bringing up the ammunition, sorting out the casualties. But I think more significantly, more importantly, in terms of fighting spirit, he's the man with a bayonet in his teeth.
Give me some men!
He's the man who shows the grit. He's the man who can put the calming hand on a young soldier's shoulder and say, look lad, the time's come, it's time to earn your pay. And he can calm these young men down because they're going to be scared, very scared.
As the enemy attack, the instructors give Steve Tickle his first problem, a severe case of battle shock.
Right, we need one more man, Frank, beating up his link man. Guys, link man on that corner.
Building 14 over.
This morning, it's not the first thing. It's not so busy for us because we're like right at the back. We're in the main defended positions, so it's all happening at the front at the moment. And we start pushing through the village, then it'll start getting a bit hectic around here.
As the Gurkhas sweep through the village, the platoon's building comes under attack.
Come on, let's get some fire down! Who's engaging? All right.
There's that much shouting, it just confuses matters. If there's a section commander or platoon sergeant or anything trying to get something done, and people are just shouting at the top of their voice. I mean, it's impossible. Definitely has to confuse you.
As the enemy push on, the platoon retreat and evacuate the building. In the heat of battle, Steve Tickle must stay calm and deal with his casualties.
One dead, one with shrapnel wounds to the face. The one with shrapnel wounds can walk. Okay, let's get them down.
The instructors pile on the pressure.
Tickle, get down off that fucking ladder. Who's the most important person? Who's the second one? Do you need to be up there? Passing messages. All right, stay here and control what's going on. All right, who's that guy there? Can't Tickle, look at me. Who's he?
Right, so 2 platoon now.
Right. What's happening here? Yeah, he's a casualty. Let's look after him. His platoon sergeant's not here. All right. Take responsibility.
Kev, move in over to him. Right.
Commander!
Ow! Can't Tickle. Yeah. State of the platoon.
20 Alpha, 30 Alpha. Suppressive fire.
I've got one bottle shot.
24.
I've got one shrapnel wound. I've got one dead. Off a total of 28. There's 25 men in the platoon. I've got an ammo casualty state coming off 2 and 3 sections. I've got 52 magazines in one section, and I've got 2 grenades. I've got 3 94s within the platoon. We've used 1.
The enemy have the upper hand. At the back of the platoon, Steve Tickle must keep supplying ammunition and deal with his casualties.
Get to 3 section. I want to know if they've got a casualty or not. He's fucking breaking up.
You've got his casualty and you've got his death. How many times do you need to confirm it?
I've got to send something else as well. Broke up, another casualty.
He must also deal with the instructors.
A Tango off 5251, gunshot wound to the head. Over.
Live? Has he just become as far as you're concerned?
It's a liability, I need to get him.
It's a liability, is it?
He's a gunshot wound to the head, it's a priority.
Fucking right, he's not a liability, is he? Come on. Right, well let's fucking go then. Let's get the fucking sense of urgency.
One casualty's on the way now. 32 men.
Salting, what's your plan for moving that casualty?
I've got the guys over there, sir. Over here to be coordinated with these, sir.
We've just used nearly half a company's worth of men to put fire down to cross an area behind you.
Right, pass it on. I don't want them to move from there, okay, until we've got fire down.
Stay firm!
How are we going to get some fire down?
I'm going to get through.
Right, we got cover and fire!
Get up this ladder! Start us telling people to do something. You've got men bleeding to death.
In the February village, to try and carry out those jobs between it is very hard. But I felt I did it quite well, to be honest. I always knew how many men we had in the platoon. I always knew the casualties. I always knew the ammunition state, and I was always trying to get fresh ammunition. And there was, where possible, trying to find out what exactly the platoon ahead was doing. So throughout that appointment, I actually thought I was doing quite well.
Roger, well done. Get ready to launch onto building 24. Actually, 10 Alpha, I must have that building clear. You've been in there for 20 minutes, over.
As Steve Tickle's men prepare to counterattack, the list of casualties increases.
Get your berry out, put that over.
Don't Tickle. Morale is plummeting in there. Sir, there's a dead body just lying there. Sir, there for about 25 minutes. And blokes are running past them, and every time they look, there's a dead body.
Sir, give him an hand.
Oh, what's up with this guy here? How long's he been there?
One back now to get it quiet, sir.
Where's your reserve section?
Sorry?
Where is your reserve section?
Off him with the casualty.
Well, off with the casualty. Let's get him back then. Right, you've got cover in fine and you've got a blind spot from here.
Sir,
do something about it!
Let's go. Straight back. Now, which way are you going? Where are you going? Duck. Down from the way. I think when, like, the instructors there shouting at you, probably it's not a bad thing, I suppose. They're trying to put you under pressure. They're trying to make it more realistic. I think it becomes a problem when they're just standing there making problems for you. Because if you want to do something, why not let you do it? sometimes they stop you and say, why are you doing that and why are you doing this, where are you now? When you think, well, let me get on with it. I know where I am, I know what I'm doing, you know, let me get on.
The enemy have been forced back. As the platoon regained control of the village, 2 Section prepared to attack the last building.
Push back, push back, push back! We can't, mate, we can't go round there, can't, mate. It's the only cover we got is this. That building two!
Right, mate, go on! Go on! Onto the fucking wall! Go! Keep going, get going! Come on, get away!
What's left of 2 Section regroup before the final attack.
This is it, fella. Yeah, we've got loads of detached to HQ and Sergeant Hayter's a casualty. Sergeant Hayter, battle shock.
I had battle shock this morning, and then when I got distracted, I got shot in the hip, and where I wasn't treated fast enough, I died. But miraculously, I've been reborn and back on the battlefield again.
We're going up this route, yeah, straight up the road, past the next building, and then onto the one. We're going to consolidate there. He'll give them an entry point. They'll get in, take the first floor, and then we'll be prepared to launch onto the second floor. Make sure you've got a fresh magazine on now.
You're leading, you're following the fucking
9, 8, 7, 8, 4, 6, go! Yes, get it!
Supported by covering fire, 2 Section launch an assault on the last enemy house. As they storm the house, the instructors decide that John Reynolds should become the latest casualty for Steve Tickle to cope with.
Steve! Come on, help me! Ah! Still with him? Yes, more. Ah! Look out! Steve, Commander!
Where's your priority now? My priority is making sure that I've got making sure they've got the link man there for the OC to the screen for him. I know his plan, and they've got enough ammunition. Listen to me. Fuck the OC at the moment. All right, you've got one man down there bleeding. You've got another man round there bleeding. If you've got any other fucking priorities in life at the moment, then they want to be fucking important. All right, you've got 2 men down. Your men, your responsibility. Now fucking deal with them.
Chief Commander! I need a reserve!
We're ready to take the building 14,
Stop! Yeah, mate. Unload.
The battle is over and the enemy leave town. It's judgment time. Coming up, it's make or break for Steve Tickle. And home sweet home for 2 Section. The battle in the village is over. The instructors deliver their verdict.
Right, gentlemen, listen. All right, the exercise in general tended to ebb and flow. There was some very good stuff and there was some very poor stuff. You can now understand or see the critical importance of teamwork in a situation like this.
I learned a lot doing it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope I passed it, but shit happens.
Now, I know you're all tired, but think, if you ever find yourself in this situation, you're going to have 30 tired private soldiers. And that's going to be a test of your leadership and command skill and your ability to motivate people, to inspire them. Because if you don't, and you don't underpin your platoon commander, people are going to get killed.
The worst bit's now, knowing we get past the field.
Failure could mean the end of the course for Steve Tickle and his chance of promotion to sergeant.
Right, Sergeant Tickle, you failed that appointment. All right. I'm going to go through the points of why you failed it now.
Yeah.
Some of the things I'm going to say to you are a bit hard to take, all right? It's unfortunate, but listen to what I've got to say, all right? You'll then get a chance to make any points you want to make, and I'll finish with some constructive points, hopefully. Right, the first thing that went wrong was Kazovac. All right, your Kazovac today was an absolute disaster. All right, if we'd have been doing that for real, you would have lost men who were quite able to be saved. All right, one guy had a chest wound. He was left out laying in the open, all right, with the only first aid having been done to him, one first field dressing put on. He was left there for 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes. All right, he would have died, all right, no doubt about it. Okay, when it came to move him as a dead body, all right, we just got 3 guys, picked him up and moved him. If we'd have done that 15 minutes earlier and got him back to the company aid post, he would have been a savable casualty. Okay, your handling of the dead. What do we do with dead?
Separate them
and cover them. All right, immediately. Okay, can't emphasise how important that is. All right, if you don't, you imagine, well, you can't imagine it. All right, but just try. One of your mates being in a hallway dead, all right, and you having to walk past him constantly. There is no way on this earth, no matter how strong a character you are, that that is not going to affect you. Control. All right, you lose control whenever there's pressure put on you, okay, and you seem to start to panic slightly. And the way you overcome that is you shout. All right, but the problem is you're shouting without really saying anything of importance. Give me the impression you're just shouting for the sake of it, but 9 times out of 10, it's just rubbish. As the platoon withdrew from the front of you, and we were in the house, this was a good example of it, all of a sudden we got the message, everybody get your kit on. Yeah, I asked you why I was getting the kit on, and your exact words to me is, because we're going to get the fuck out of here. You lost control of yourself, all right, as an individual. The guys around you, the young 18, 19-year-old private soldiers would see that, and how would they react, do you think?
When I get out there.
Exactly. They would have the kit on and they'd be out the window. All right, we're there to kill the enemy and to destroy the enemy. Nothing else. That is our sole purpose in life at that moment. To kill the enemy, to destroy his vehicles, to destroy his equipment, to bring death and destruction down on whatever enemy formations that is in front of us. Also on the leadership side of life, and this is probably the most disappointing thing from my point of view, got no sense of urgency, no get up and go, no drive in you. All right, these guys want to be motivated. They want to see you as an inspiration, and you just haven't got it. There's no spark there. All right, you need to be saying to them, look at me, you want to be like me. I'm perfect, I'm the top man here, even if you're not. No one's pretending that those of us who've been in platoon science are perfect, far from it. All right, but we want to give them the impression that we are. So they look to you, and even when the shit's hitting the fan and things are going badly wrong, they think it's going to be all right because of platoon science here. Yeah, look at him, he's in control, he's calm. Nothing flaps him, all right? And they will respond to that, all right? And equally, if you're flapping around, you're unsure of yourself, you're nervous, you're withdrawn, there's no spark, they'll think, what's going wrong here? Yeah, we must be in trouble here because he's not driving us on, okay? And it will spread, all right? And you just don't seem to have at the moment that drive and determination and get up and go that we need from platoon sergeant, all right? And have you got any points for me?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Get yourself back to the platoon. All right. Work hard for the rest of the course. All right. And take on board the fact that there are good things there. I mean, the most important one is your ability to work. All right. You won't just sack it. Okay. That's it.
Cool.
All right. Off you go.
Gas.
Steve got? Steve got? Failed it.
No,
Got the debrief off the colour sign and made me sound like the worst guy on the planet, which is obviously a kick in the teeth. But I knew as soon as he opened his mouth, with the look that he was going to fail me. I don't think anything I could have done that day would have changed anything, to be honest. I'd worked as hard as I could, put 100% effort in throughout the course, and even more so for the past 30 hours or so. And then you just all of a sudden told, nah, I fail. So you're gutted.
After an exhausting week of battle, 2 Section finally returned to camp.
Heat. It's too hot in here now, isn't it? Yeah, it's good to be back. Just get the weapons out of the way now. It's going to take a couple of hours and hopefully we can all make it down the pub for the last orders. Something to eat.
I was on the field. We've had about a day and a half, 2 days sleep, if that. So yeah, I'm mentally knackered. Absolutely knackered.
I feel like I'm about 105 years old. My face feels all puffed up and fingers feel like sausage fingers. I could do with a good bath, relax in a good bath.
Yeah. Can you do it to me? Can you make it go down long? Yeah, a bit of black ass coming in here now. Go on, Louis.
While 2 Section clean up, Major Ken Hames and his team of instructors review their progress.
Right, can we just run through 3 platoon to start?
Sure.
Sergeant Hayton.
Coming along nicely.
Yeah, okay. Sergeant Garvey coming along nicely.
Yep.
Sergeant Lewis.
Sergeant Lewis has passed platoon commander and platoon sergeant.
Liddell, Sergeant Loftus. Okay. Sergeant Tickle.
Failed platoon commander, failed platoon sergeant. Has got it, the theory, can't do it practically.
I've learnt a lot, and I've proved that. I've worked hard. There's guys better than me, there's guys worse than me. Both passed and failed.
It's going to get another one.
I'm not down. Like I say, I'm never down. It's just one of them things. It's life, isn't it?
Next week on Battle Stripes. Disaster for one of 2 Section.
Like a shot.
Tough talking from the instructors.
That was fucking crap, wasn't it?
And 2 Section calling the bombers.
Go